base to have behind you. And they were loud on Sunday, and we just love those guys.
Were you expecting all of that? I mean, all of that, the cheers and the support?
Yeah, that never really wavered or anything. So yeah, I love our fans.
Jimmy, I don't know if you've had much time to sit and reflect, but has any of this felt surreal to you over the last, week or so, the way this played out?
Yes and no. There's part of me, you always want to be on the field, so it's you always have that in your mind that you're preparing that way, and then just for how things have worked out, it's pretty crazy, but I don't know, everything happens for a reason. I'm a big believer in that, and it's just it's just another opportunity.
Has there been a moment that just hit you? Maybe it was when you just went on the field the other day, but has there been a moment like that?
No, not yet. I'm just trying to stay in the moment right now. Honestly, it's I don't know. When that does happen, I've never been a backup and had started to get hurt like that. So it was I don't know. It was a different experience, but it was something that you take in stride. And, like I said before, Trey's our brother, and we talked to him the other day. He seems to be in good spirits right now.
I know it's a different situation compared to what you experienced playing back up for Tom, but is there anything that you took from that experience for this small portion that you were quote unquote backup here?
Yeah, definitely. Just the preparation. You don't get the same reps when you're the backup, so your mental preparation is different. Running scout team, I love running scout team. It's always fun. So got to do that for a couple weeks, but yeah, now it's just back to normal, I guess.
Having gone through what you went through in 2018, what would you kind of advice would you give to Trey for here on out the rest of the season?
I heard Bosa's presser the other day, and he worried pretty well because there is a moment where you feel like your life is over and you feel like I can never get back to where I was, but that passes, and it just you got to hit a point where it does pass, and you mentally move on from that. And there will be hurdles for him to overcome, but I've been around Trey for a couple of years now. He's a tough dude, so he'll be all right.
He's still obviously developing as a quarterback. I mean, what can he do in these next 3 or 4 months to continue to grow in some way, even though he's not on the field?
The mental stuff. I mean, he's already been in a couple meetings with us through Zoom and stuff like that. So, whatever you can do mentally, physically, it's it's tough right now, but he'll get back.
Your teammates talk about your voice and how it projects. And I'm curious whether you had a coach that stressed that to you at some point, or is that a Garoppolo family thing? Is it real loud at your house at holidays?
I was gonna say I grew up in a Italian family, so literally, after games it's tough to talk because my voice is tired, but everyone else is screaming. So it's but that's just normal conversation. So yeah, it's I don't know, perk of being Italian, I guess.
Jimmy, when did you meet Brian Griese in person for the first time, and what have been your initial impressions?
Honestly, I met him last year when he was calling one of our games. Met him through the I forget what it's called exactly, but just the day before the game we were talking to those guys, and he was really cool. And having been with him now for probably a month or so, he's it's really cool. He sees the game as a quarterback. We see the game very similarly. It's nice to have him in the room.
How does having a guy who's played in the league help at your position in particular?
He just sees it very similarly to you. It's it's tough to coach a quarterback. You got to be able to see it the same way as him, which a lot of guys think they do, but they don't maybe. And he just he has the experience of being on the field, being in those moments, and it's just it's nice to have a guy like that around.
After the game, you said it felt a little bit like 2017 again, and you were really pushing the ball down the field more than you had in the past couple of years. Is that something that you're consciously would you like to do this year, to push the ball down the field?
I love that. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of things that go with that, obviously, but yeah, I love doing that stuff. In 17, there was a freedom where me, the receivers, tight ends, we had a good chemistry going, and when you get that with offensive skills and a quarterback, it makes for a tough offense.
Do you feel that you had that freedom last week just because you were coming off the bench, or do you anticipate to have it the rest of the season?
I don't know. That's a fair question. I think we'll see that as we go forward, but I don't know. The more freedom you have as a quarterback, obviously you play better, you're more confident, and good things will happen.
What strikes you about the Denver Broncos defense as you're preparing this week?
Very physical. They're physical. Up front, we know a couple guys over there, DJ, K1, great players, and it's it goes across the board. They chase the ball. It's a well-coached defense, you can tell. So it'll be tough for us, but it'll be a good test.
You don't compete directly against the other quarterback. You guys have faced Russell Wilson a lot of times. Do you have any? Have you guys ever talked other than just after
Tremendous player. Sure, I mean, just a freak athlete, makes plays that shouldn't be made, but he does it. You know, he has that unique ability to extend the plays. And you know, I haven't really had much time to meet him off the field, but on the field, the dude's, I mean, he's as competitive as it gets, and you know, it's fun to go against him. As weird as that sounds, it is.
Jimmy, when you say
Couple
it's
more,
been
guys?
back to normal this week, has it just felt like maybe you took a little break and now you're back?
Yeah, a long break. I mean, no OTAs, no training camp. It was a different type of year, and I've been in some weird situations here, obviously, but yeah, this one it has some good and bad though. You know, the shoulder feels good, and obviously that's number one. So once I was physically feeling better, and the rest of the things just kind of fell into place, I guess.
Jimmy,
You go ahead.
When Kyle decided that he was gonna move on, you guys had the conversation. Is there anything you learned from that conversation that you think is gonna make you a better quarterback, or changes the way you decide to attack a defense?
Not really. I think it lights a fire under you. I'll tell you that. Obviously, as a competitor, you know, whenever you get told something like that, it'll get you going a little bit. But you know, I have plenty of motivation. I don't need that to motivate me, but it always helps.
Jimmy, when you say you were kind of more in loose mode in 2017, with not really starting into a controversy, but how I guess what were you asked to or coached to play differently, you know, in 18, 19, 20?
Say that again? How was that?
Well, you'd indicate 2017 it was more like, you know, push the ball downfield, a little more, play a little.
Well,
more
I get it. I guess it kind of in 17 I was learning the offense, so Kyle would call some plays and I wouldn't know exactly, you know, how to read it, I guess, but you kind of figure it out as you went. I don't know, just the more and more that you learn the offense and get the knowledge of the offense, I started to figure out what Kyle's thinking, and he, you know, vice versa. But there's obviously just some back and forth between the play caller and quarterback.
Jimmy, you obviously
Last
have
one,
a
guys.
lot of established relationships, but how has it been just building chemistry with the newer contractors?
It's been awesome. There's some good players out there, man. It's not trying to pump anyone up too much, but you know, some of those guys can fly. Ray not being a young guy, but just a new guy, he can move. Danny can move. There's a lot of speed out there, so just the chemistry's coming. It's coming, and it'll only get better.
Does it seem like old times with Kittle back out there now?
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Jimmy, when you came in the game on Sunday, what was the first thing you told the guys in the huddle? What did they say to you?
That's a tough one. I don't know, man. A lot of things get said out there. I don't know. We were all just fired up. You know, it was third down, so brain was kind of going in that direction, thinking about coverages and what they were going to do, and then I got smoked. So,
All right.
Thank
Thank you, guys.